Just One Dime has been sourcing from China for years. And the cost of a typical shipping container full of products is typically anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. Well, when the supply chain crisis hit, those prices went up 10 times and even more. How on earth do you build an Amazon FBA business when your shipping costs are just eating into your profits? Now, if you want a super clear breakdown on how the supply chain crisis develops, you can walk away knowing exactly what happened. Watch this video right here. But today, I'm going to show you, number one, what Amazon Global Logistics is. Number two, how Amazon Global Logistics can save you thousands on shipping costs. And number three, how to use Amazon Global Logistics, also known as AGL, to ship your products from the factory all the way to Amazon's fulfillment center. So, question number one, what is Amazon Global Logistics? When the supply chain crisis hit, thousands of cargo vessels carrying shipping containers were getting clogged up at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. This meant tens of thousands of shipping containers were no longer in China. Just to give you perspective, from 2008 all the way to 2020, China's export demand grew by 125 billion, but the number of cargo vessels in China fell by 57,000. So shipping companies had to buy more containers to meet the export demand in China. Well, what happens when supplies drop but demand rises? The costs go up. By mid-pandemic, the cost of a single shipping container became so astronomical that many Amazon sellers watched their profits sink into the negative. Now, true to their very entrepreneurial, problem-solving nature, Amazon, of course, came up with a solution. Let's build our own international shipping line. Enter AGL, also known as Amazon Global Logistics. The mission? Reduce shipping costs. And number two, reduce shipping delays. By the way, Bobby McGee just told me that if you thumbs up this video and subscribe right now, Bobby McGee will personally see to it that Amazon puts your products on their fastest ships. So if you like this video so far, thumbs up it and make sure you subscribe. Question number two, how can Amazon Global Logistics actually save me thousands on shipping costs as well as time? Like, can they really get these products shipped faster? Well, when you use AGL, you are not going to a third-party freight forwarding company to find you a shipping line that you pay to ship your products. That's what we've done for years, but now you're gonna go directly to Amazon. From within Seller Central, you're gonna fill out an AGL application, and then you pay Amazon from your Seller Central account to ship those products for you. So what are the direct benefits then of AGL? There are three big ones. Number one, using AGL reduces the risk of your inventory being rejected when it arrives at Amazon's fulfillment centers. After all, it's Amazon delivering your products and it's Amazon receiving your products. Number two, using AGL allows Amazon to charge your Seller Central balance directly. In other words, instead of paying a third-party freight forwarding company separately, the payment comes directly out of Seller Central, which is nice because it centralizes your costs. And number three, using AGL often reduces your costs of shipping by giving you access to very competitive shipping rates and will sometimes move your products faster than a typical freight forwarder. I don't think it's that they actually have faster ships or they got these advanced steamboats. It's something to do with how they process, because it's Amazon shipping and Amazon receiving. It removes the headaches and potential obstacles that a lot of third-party freight forwarding companies encounter. Now, there are times when using a third-party freight forwarding company actually costs less and ships faster than AGL. So far, we have seen this to be true about 20% of the time, but 80% of the time, AGL has been able to beat third-party freight forwarding companies by 15%, both in cost and in speed of delivery. This is huge. Think about this. 15% of a $50,000 order is $7,500 more profit left for you when all is said and done. Not to mention that getting your products delivered to Amazon faster and more smoothly than those Amazon sellers not using AGL gives you a huge leg up on the competition. By the time their product is up and running, your sales are already taking the lion's share of the market, and it makes it difficult for them to catch up. Okay, Seth, well, that sounds awesome, but how can I be sure that I'm actually getting a better price than third-party freight forwarding companies? Go here, jod.com/freedom, and we can help you with an answer to that question. Now, I showed you what Amazon Global Logistics is, and I showed you how Amazon Global Logistics can save you thousands on shipping costs because you're working with Amazon directly. Now I'm gonna show you how to do this. Like, Seth, how do I set up Amazon Global Logistics to get my products shipped from the factory to Amazon's fulfillment center? Well, I'm gonna walk you through that right now. Number one, log into your Amazon store, your Seller Central account. Next, you're gonna click on those 3 horizontal lines in the upper left corner of your screen. Under Growth, click Explore Programs. Under Recommended Programs, click Fulfillment. Under Amazon Global Logistics, click Learn More. And then click No, Complete Onboarding. Then click Create New Account. Now notice the Setup tab. Here you're gonna click Set Up Payment Method. Under the payment method, you're gonna click Pay in USD. Then click the Importer of Record, also known as IOR tab. By the way, you are the importer of record because you're the person importing the goods from another country into the US. The IOR technically is the business entity importing the goods. So in this case, it would be your Amazon business. Now click Add New Importer of Record, IOR. Choose Yes. The importer has an EIN or CAIN, C-A-I-N. And then here you're gonna enter your EIN, which is your employer identification number, if you have one. Now, if you do not have an EIN, you're gonna select No, the importer does not have CAIN. Request one for me. Now, the CAIN is a Customs Assigned Importer Number. That's what it stands for. And it's for non-US companies who don't have an EIN number. I mean, you could live in another country and still have an LLC with an EIN in the US, so you'd be fine. But if you don't have an EIN, you're gonna select this option. Then you're gonna click Next and follow the instructions for entering the EIN or generating the CAIN. What's nice about this is Amazon will generate the CAIN for you. You don't have to go open a new business entity to get one. Then you're gonna click Add a New Importer Entity Contact. In the pop-up window, click Add Contact. Then enter in your contact details. Company name must be the full legal name of your company. Primary contact name must be your name or the name of the primary contact for your Amazon seller account. When you first set it up, you had to put one of those in, so make sure it's that one. And then click Add Contact. Now under Does this importer of record have a DBA, which stands for Doing Business As, company name, select No. Unless you do have a DBA. A DBA is simply, let's say your company is Sunflower Industries, but your actual brand name is Sunflowers Delivered to Your Wife's Front Doorstep. See, that's what you're marketing underneath. It's kind of like McDonald's. McDonald's is a DBA. Their actual company name is different. If that's your situation, then make sure you put in your DBA, the one that you are showing to the world, not your official company name, but your branding name, your DBA name, your fictitious business name. Okay, you get the idea. Now you're gonna enter your details under the IOR Power of Attorney, POA details. Under POA signer role, select President. Now you will receive an email at this moment where you must select your role and you need to select President in the email as well so that it matches what was entered on the AGL application. Now you might be thinking, well, Seth, I'm not really president, I'm owner or member or partner. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you select one of the titles they approve and that they both match. We have used president many times, it works great. Then you're going to click Next. Under Has the IOR imported before, select No, unless you already imported under this business name. Now I recommend 1 through 4 times per year for how often the IOR will import in 1 year, but this completely depends on how often you plan on importing. Under Does the IOR have a continuous customs bond, select No, unless you already purchased a bond. And then you're gonna click Buy Bond. Now this will bring up a US Customs bond purchase pop-up. So let me explain bonds. When you're shipping products from one country to another, you have to pay customs fees like import duties, taxes, sometimes storage fees. These fees pay the US Customs and Border Protection, also known as CBP, for doing their job to check and assess shipments before we let them into the US. I mean, this is good. This is called national security. You don't want just anything showing up in that shipping container, so this is their job and we pay them for that. A customs bond acts as insurance that guarantees that the CBP will be paid what they are owed when the products reach the US border. So a customs bond is like a form of insurance. When you pay that bond, that fee goes to the surety company, kind of like a car insurance company, who now guarantees that if a payment is needed faster than the importer, and remember, the importer is you or your company, it can be made. And the surety company will make the payment immediately to CBP to avoid delays. Then your company would later be billed by the surety company for the amount owed. Customs bonds facilitate faster customs clearance for your products. In other words, this means they get through Border Patrol more quickly when entering the US. This allows the CBP to clear the shipment without having to wait for the importer, your company, to submit the payment. So it's actually in your favor to have a customs bond. AGL will bill this automatically to your Amazon seller account if there is a balance or bill your card on file with Seller Central. So if you have a balance balance of money in your account from sales, they're just gonna pull from that, or if there isn't any, then they'll bill your card on file. Customs fees are typically in the low hundreds, but you will not know the exact customs fees in advance, as the CBP has the final say on these costs. So you will know what your shipping costs are gonna be in advance, but there's almost always a few $100s worth of customs fees you have to pay after those products arrive. And this is true whether you're working with AGL or even another third-party freight forwarding company. It's just part of the business. A customs bond is required if your shipping goods are valued at $2,500 or more, and that value is based on the country of source, not destination. So the value of it in China, not the US if you're sourcing from China. So if your products are valued at $2,500 or more, or if the nature of the goods requires a bond, for example, food items, regardless of value, they always require customs bond. To maximize use of your customs bond, because it lasts for a whole year, AGL will purchase the bond on the same day that you place your first booking for shipment. Not when you first open up your AGL account, like I've been showing you how to do, but when you first book your shipment. That means you're maximizing it. It doesn't start until that date. Now, the bond will cover you for $50,000 USD and cost $350 USD per year. Before I forget, if you would like to do all of this as part of a community instead of all by yourself, I mean, rubbing shoulders with some $1 million Amazon sellers, go here and book a meeting with one of our team members, jod.com/freedom, and ask him this question: how can I become part of a community of other Amazon sellers who are working on this together? Okay, back to your AGL application. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna type in a description. The description needs to describe your category of products that you plan on launching. Now, this can be fairly broad. For example, you could say household furniture, pet cleaning, building block toys, whatever the general category is going to be. Under for the IOR, how much in duties, taxes, fees are they expecting to pay in the next calendar year, select less than 500,000 USD, unless you plan on doing more than this in a single year. Under the section, are any of your commodities subject to anti-dumping duties or countervailing duties, select no, unless your product is a hazmat product, which in that case means you would select yes. Well, Seth, how do I know if it's a hazmat? Go to god.com/freedom so they can tell you. Click confirm purchase. Now, for the email address that the IOR would like customs declaration sent to, you're gonna enter your email, ideally your business email or the one that you use to set up your Seller Central account, and then click next. Carefully review the information you provided and make sure everything matches perfectly. Otherwise, this application will probably be rejected, and it can extend the time it takes to get this AGL account set up for weeks. Finally, when you are confident all the information's accurate, that's when you click confirm details. Then click confirm in the pop-up window, click upload. Now, you can upload your certificate of filing, your business license, or your EIN assignment statement from the IRS for your business. An EIN assignment will look something similar to this. A certificate of filing will look similar to this. Then click submit. If everything is done correctly throughout this process, Amazon's gonna send you 3 emails. Email number 1, Amazon Bond Purchase Notice Letter. After you complete your Amazon Global Logistics application, you're gonna receive an email stating that AGL has received the request to purchase a continuous customs bond as part of your importer of record IOR setup with Amazon Global Logistics. Just for reference, here's an example of the Amazon Bond Purchase Notice Letter you're gonna receive to the email address you provided in your application. Note that the Chinese lettering is because Amazon's AGL team is located in China. Now, there's nothing you need to do in response to this email. It's just for informational purposes only. Email number 2 you'll receive is a request for power of attorney, also known as POA. This second email is gonna be a request for your business to give Amazon Global Logistics power of attorney to act on your business's behalf to ship and import the goods. And this email looks something like this. You must digitally sign this document. It is important that you list your role as president, as this is the role you selected when filling out your AGL application. That's important. They will get very picky about these things. If you say president on one and owner on another, or business partner on one, gremlin on another, it's not gonna work. Amazon does not accept all roles, so for consistency, we recommend you select this role. Email number 3, signed power of attorney. Assuming all information matches up to this point, you're gonna receive an email confirming that the power of attorney POA was signed. Attached to this email will be a signed copy of your agreement. Now, if you do not have an EIN and you requested a customs assigned importer number, Kane, from US Customs instead, you will see this number at the top of your POA agreement. And this email looks like this. I know a lot of this is technical, and if at this point you're thinking, well, Seth, I'd like to talk to someone about this process, as well as what the next steps look like for building my Amazon business, go here, jod.com/freedom, and you can book a meeting with one of our team members. Once your AGL account is set up, all you need to do is go book your shipment from within Seller Central. I hope this video has given you massive value today. If you're trying to scale your business in light of a world gone crazy, AGL really helps with this. Now, they don't do it 100% of the time, but for us, in our experience, about 80% of the time, they're speeding up these shipments and reducing costs. I highly recommend it. You have an awesome rest of your day.